We're back, and you know where we are. This place needs no introduction of the MH Chidambaram Stadium, where the Indian team is currently training for the India versus Zimbabwe, a must win clash for them, a crucial game where a do or die game where the future of the campaign rests on that particular match and other matches as well after the 76-run loss against South Africa in Ahmedabad on Sunday. Hello and welcome to yet another episode of Fours and Sixes. This is me, Gomesh, and in this episode, let's break down what happened in Ahmedabad and what's happening here in Chennai as well. A massive 76-run loss against South Africa in Ahmedabad that has caused a massive dent in India's campaign. They had been remained unbeaten through the group stages, but this particular loss has been a big hit to their net run rate for starters, and then of course the confidence as well, considering the fact that India now have to beat Zimbabwe and West Indies, and then hope that South Africa beat West Indies in the 3 p.m. game on Thursday. That is the straightforward way for them to qualify. There are other mathematical probabilities that will come into the picture if West Indies beat South Africa in the game that will finish before India's game here on 7 p.m. on Thursday against Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe also have lost to West Indies. So now it comes down to what happens between the top three teams. And there is a lot to unpack and a lot to talk about in this particular practice session. Let's first break it down. Rinku Singh, first the only member absent from this full member intense practice session that's been going on since 5:30. It's around 9 right now on Tuesday. And India, Rinku Singh is absent because of personal reasons, because of a family emergency. He's flown to Delhi. And here out inside the Chepauk, Sanju Samson has been the biggest talking point. The opener who's been out of form throughout this year, who came back as an opener, who couldn't keep his place through the New Zealand T20 ice. Lost his play to Ishan Kishan, replaced Abhishek because of the illness in New Delhi. Now he's again back in the fray because the combinations have not worked out. Off spinners have dominated the top three left-handed Indian batters. Abhishek has struggled for runs. Ishan has had a couple of failures. Tilak has struggled through the course of the tournament to keep up the momentum with Surya in the middle order as well. It meant Samju is once again become the talking point, and he has had an intense session so far in Chennai. He started with the batting session with Ishan Kishan on one side, while Tilak and Surya batted on the other side, and then he faced pacers first and then moved to spinners before going to the keeping drills. And now, after he's done with everything, he has had another half an hour of batting session in the McBee net separately, where he faced net bowlers and Bryant and Rashid giving him throwdowns. Though it seems like a straightforward indication with Abhishek batting separately after Ishan and Sanju batted, it may not seem so, because if Samson comes in and plays as an opener, it pushes everybody down to one slot lower than where they used to. Ishan or Abhishek will have to bat at number 3. Tilak will move down to 4. Surya at 5, and which is not an ideal position for him to be. And then comes Hardik and Dubey. So it will be very tricky for them to see how to bring in Sanju, if at all they do, and where to play him. If they consider playing him here in Chennai, where he's going to be donning the yellow color in a couple of weeks down the line when he turns up for Chennai Super Kings. But right now, the focus is on not just winning against Zimbabwe, but also beating them by a massive margin, because India needs a net run rate boost. Their net run rate right now is minus 3.8. And they have to beat India by a significant margin to nullify that as they go into Kolkata, where they face West Indies on March 1st. The tricky combination about bringing Sanju in is that there is uncertainty over Rinku at this point, especially with his family emergency. And if India choose to replace Rinku with Sanju, then where does he fit in is the question. And the other possible option is Akshar coming back. He did not play the last 2 games, which was told as a tactical change, and that did not augur well for India, where the Netherlands tested them and South Africa beat them comfortably. And again, if Akshar comes in, does he come in straight as a swap for Washington, which is his home ground? Do you want to miss out on that option, or does he come in place of Rinku as a straight swap and Sanju miss out? But it would mean India play 4 all-rounders and only top 4 specialist batters. And is that something they are willing to go with in a must-win game, where they are looking to hype up the net run rate and the kind of combination they want to play? As for the pitch is concerned, it's a center pitch. It's been used only once against the New Zealand versus Afghanistan opener. It's sort of a mixed black combination of a pitch, but the thing is, unlike other stadiums, Chennai The pitches have been fresh off for the last 6 months. There has been no cricket played, and so it may not have that much wear and tear compared to the other venues. At the same time, the temperature in the city has changed drastically over the last 10 days compared to what it was during the World Cup, where there was still breeze, there was still a late spring. Now it's the summer is here. You can feel the heat and the humidity, and the pitch too will react accordingly. Over the last couple of days, there's been a lot of watering down, and even on Tuesday, the light roller was used, the heavy roller was used, and the BCCI Operation General Manager Abhay Kuruvilla was in the middle. Gambhir was having a chat with the curator. Local boy Varun was having a chat with the curator. So a lot to unpack too. It's been a intense day for India in the training session. On the match day, they train in the afternoon, an optional day. So Indian team have a lot to rethink, a lot to figure out before they take the field for the toss. They will also have the time to see what happens in the first 3 hours of the West Indies versus South Africa game in Ahmedabad, and then figure out what they want to do as well. Either way, there is a lot at stake for Surya Kumar Yadav and Gautam Gambhir, who has lost a home test series, who has lost a home ODI series. And if this loss could come as a crucial blow for the head coach's place as well as the captain as well, we will have to wait and see how they go about it. There is still the morale is still high. There is still belief in the team. They have to stick with what they have done. They have to adapt to the conditions and make sure they don't panic and show up and perform as well as they could. That is all they could try for, and that is all the Indian fans will be hoping for as well. We will have to wait and see what happens on Thursday, and I'll be here after the match to break it all down to you, whether India stays alive in the campaign or is it all but over. Till then, do stay tuned to the New Indian Express socials, YouTube, as well as the newspaper. We will be giving extensive coverages over the next 3 days. Keep up with it, and then we'll bring out what has happened after the match as well. For now, this is Gomesh signing off. Thank you for watching.
What is that strength that brings women together and helps them move forward? Self-help groups. Central Bank of India, under DAY NRLM, provides financial support to self-help groups and through Sent Nari Shakti to their members. Central to you since 1911.